First, we'd like to introduce ourselves. Seema, would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure. So, Seema Kosheshta, I am the clinical director over at Peaceful Soul Healing. I'm a licensed social worker. Went to University of Washington. Makini and I started working together, I want to say last year, and then in about March, I came to her with this idea of a scholarship. And so it's basically because representation of BIPoC folks within private practice is it's not where it should be. Like basically we're stuck in systems and I do strongly believe that systems don't support us. They don't support our bodies. And so if there's any way that we can get people out of the system, let's try to help other people to do that. And so that's kind of where I joined with her in this work. And then Makini, I'll let you go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Makini. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. Been doing this work for about 10 years. I'm the founder of Deconstructing the Mental Health System and the coordinator for PLLC cohorts. So it was very serendipitous. I was working on this with our presenters when Seema reached out to me, and I was like, let's just wrap this all into one and see how it goes. So we were really happy to see your application, and we'd love for you to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about where you're at as far as getting your business started and who you'd like to work with.
Yeah, Ishrad, I use they, them pronouns. I am 2 years post MSW, working within a system currently and hoping to not have to do that for much longer. I initially applied for the MSW, hoping to work with, I have a long history of community organizing with South Asian, Indo-Caribbean, particularly undocumented and working class folks. So that is my target population. I think that is a harder population to serve in Washington state. So while I'm here, I do want to focus on mental health within the South Asian diaspora. I think conversations around mental health in this community has been increasingly growing, and I'm excited to be able to tap more into that and work with people to better understand where we are mental health wise. Yeah, so I haven't started anything when it comes to the PLLC. I am also really neurodivergent, and so I've just been pushing it away for as long as I, can. But I think this collective is a really good opportunity to focus and use the time and resources and knowledge from the group to start something up.
Firstly, Miracle, thank you so much for applying for the cohort.
Is it okay if I continue here?
Yeah, absolutely. We're excited we're excited to hear your voice and chat with you.
Okay, sure. So I was just starting by saying, so currently I'm a social worker in the state of Washington. I work for the state, and I primarily work with families and children. My caseload right now is about 102 clients, and most of my clients, they all have barriers to employment. Mm-hmm. So they either have mental health going on or chemical dependency. They can have a combination of those things. They also usually have CPS cases. They may have some physical health things preventing them from working. And my job is just to make sure that they essentially address these barriers to employment. Prior to doing this work, I was a domestic violence advocate. I actually worked as an advocate, and I was contracted through the state of Washington. And then they had a position that became available as a TANF social worker, and they decided they wanted me on the team, and I got hired. I've been here for almost 5 years in October. And I got my bachelor's degree at the University of Washington in Tacoma. And then I applied for the master's program, completed my master's degree there. in 2020. And then COVID hit. And then I just decided within the last year that I wanted to open up my own private practice. So,
Julissa, I am currently live in Marysville. I have a daughter, another one on the way due in November, which I'm very excited for. Yeah, I mean, I got my master's in 2020 in social work, and I worked at the state for a while. I've been doing nonprofit work as well in the past. I currently work at Children's as a social worker there, but I think after my leave, I'm trying to have a different plan.
I hear that.
Yeah.
And we were looking over the applications, and one, congratulations, that is so exciting. Hoping everything goes well with baby. But also your area of focus, perinatal support, is something that we would love to hear a little bit more about.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think just working, you know, as just being a mom in itself, you know, that was a big change. And I just noticed like all the changes that, you know, even before you become a parent that you have to go through. And I think there's not enough support, especially, you know, as a brown person, not enough support in the communities. But just finding resources can be so hard, and just finding, you know, I speak Spanish. So I think also like for Spanish speaking moms or parents in general, it can be hard to just access those resources. But I think just being supporting the perinatal mental health population has been so important, just even recently, but even before. I've always wanted to be a mom. I know the struggles of that. And, you know, now I am a mom, so it's like different struggles, like day to day. And, you know, just going back to work was so hard for me, you know, with my daughter last year. So I can't even imagine. I feel like there needs to be more supports for those parents as well, and just ongoing stuff. And, you know, perinatal mental health is so important. It's such a important issue, and it could be so sensitive too, and it could be so dangerous as well if they don't get the right supports. And I think, you know, I've noticed a lot of that happening with my, you know, my work right now. I've been working with a lot of parents and, you know, experiencing postpartum depression and anxiety, and even my friends who are parents, and just having those conversations is just so important. Or even just having like, you know, a safe space to talk about those things is so important. So that's why it's like really my focus. Obviously I want to focus on other stuff too, but that's like my primary thing.
Gotcha. So very vital. As you said, these supports, well, I don't know if you said it, but this is one thing that I believe, that these supports are vital and potentially life-saving, and very hard to find as well. So that part of the application really stood out for us.
Well, I wanted to kind of understand more about your private practice journey. So where are you with creating or establishing your private practice?
I found the supervisor, because I'm an associate still. So I do need to have a supervisor to, like, you know, supervise me throughout this. I found one who supports POC clinicians as well. So I've had a couple of sessions with her about, like, you know, how to start that. She's giving me some guidelines. So that's been helpful. But I'm still, I think I'm really ready to like commit and just, you know, I found the name, which I'm thinking EK Counseling Services, just because those are the initials of my daughters. So I felt like that was, you know, important to me as well, just that they're the reason that I'm doing this too. So that's like my passion. That's where it stems from. But I'm starting to like just fill out all the stuff to register everything. But that's just, even though I have like a little checklist, it's still so confusing and overwhelming. And I'm just like, but I really wanted to get this done before my due date, before the next baby comes, so I can be set up, you know, but I don't know if it's even possible still.
Oh, no, it totally is possible. Where are you as far as like setting up your PLLC? Have you had the opportunity to do that yet?
No, not yet.
Find joy every day. That's really what I tell my clients. They know, like, the first thing that I ask usually before we, you know, is that, tell me one moment of joy that you've had since I've seen you, even if it was small, even if it was like a piece of candy, you know, that can be joyful, you know, because I feel like these systems, right, they've stripped us of our joy and rest, and then you end up like me. So yeah, sorry.
Don't apologize at
Yeah.
all. In listening to you talk, I'm thinking about potentially clients that you have worked with or that you will work with that that will feel seen and heard. And I'm just thinking about what you are offering them with the wisdom from what you're experiencing, but then even in the conversation opener that you have with your clients.
Yeah, it's been like truly, I started interning at Mend May 2021, and I was still working full time as a DEI director at a local independent school. But I can say, because I had 22 years in education, that but it was never like I had a pretty successful career, I would say.
But you're
But
also in school, right? So you're in school and you're doing internships.
But I'm taking this semester off because I'm really focusing on what I feel like this is a heal and build stage for me, and not just for me though, for every I'm who I'm connected with, like the stuff with Young Ye and Mend and my new church, and tapping in to get involved, and then I still have my connect with the independent school DI folks. Like I feel like too, this is a stage of connecting. Gotta connect some people. And I know one of the things when I was doing the DEI work, was always where's some BIPoC therapists? Where is who's doing this? I even know me personally was trying to find for myself, my kids. And so there are a lot don't know, right, that you all exist, or so I'm kind of the capacity that I have, my priority is my family, me healing, and then doing the work that I feel I'm called to do. I just need resources.
We wanted to let you know that you've actually been selected as one of the recipients for the scholarship. Basically means that we're going to help you create your PLLC through setting up services with a lawyer. So basically those pieces that I'm sure you looked at and you're like, oh, hell no, that's the stuff that they're going to be able to help you with.
Wonderful.
You are invited to join the cohort as well. So you've gotten the scholarship as well as the cohort.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I'm wondering, Seema, I think we can also chat about next steps as well.
Yeah, so then the next steps for this, I think you're aware the cohort starts on Monday. So you'll get the link to all of that later today. And then as far as working with the lawyer, what we can do is connect you with him next week. And this isn't something that you need to start next week. It might be helpful to go through the cohort a little bit, because they will be talking to you about your vision and branding and marketing. And you might want to think about what do you want to name your corporation before you even meet with the lawyer, or even have those business ideas in place. But if you feel like you're in a good place, and when you talk to Nigel Aviles is the lawyer that will be connecting you with through Mercer Law, there's no limitations. It's not like you have to wait until a certain point to do something. It's completely up to you and when you feel comfortable.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, we really liked your application, and we're very much excited to be working with you over the next few weeks. We were really impressed by your application. Seema, would you like to tell Miracle?
Yeah, so basically in reviewing your application, we just thought that the populations that you wanted to serve and the way that you answered the questions in the application, it just looked like you were really ready for that next step. And so what we wanted to do is go ahead and support you with that. And so we wanted to let you know that you're one of the awardees for the scholarship to set up your PLLC.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And
wow, thank you guys so much. I just want to cry. Wow.
We also want to let you know too that you will be attending PLLC cohort. You are invited to attend that as well.
Oh, thank you. Yay. Oh, that really, it just warms my heart. I really appreciate that, you guys.
We cannot wait to see what you do.
appreciate that. That's so awesome. Wow. I'm speechless. I was wondering what this, meeting was about. So.
So we wanted to award you with the scholarship to kind of help with the legal pieces of setting up the PLLC. So connecting you with a lawyer to like basically help you with that.
Oh, it's amazing. Thank you. That's amazing. Yeah, I'm just like, it's just, everything's just so overwhelming, and I don't even know. Like, I've been reading through everything and I'm just still confused. And I'm like, I don't know how to even start this. So that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. In addition to that, you also will be attending, if you'd like, you're invited to attend PLLC cohort as well.
Yeah, of course. I was really excited to learn about this. One of my actually classmates, who I'm friends with from my master's program, she told me about this. Because she started hers, and I know she struggled as well. So I'm glad she did. Thank you. I would love to attend that as well.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Do you have
Wonderful.
any questions for us about any additional questions about the process?
I guess I'm just excited to like go to the cohort, and I think I'll learn more through that program, and just yeah. So I guess no, I don't have any questions right now. I don't think. I'm just like shocked. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for starting this program. I think that's amazing. And like you said, I think a lot of us are kind of like hesitant to even start our private practice, just because there's so many barriers, there's so many things, not to mention like imposter syndrome. Like, am I qualified to like be some mental health provider? But then I see others that I'm like, well, if they can do it, I think I can.
Yes, you definitely can. PLLC cohort will be really helpful then.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
We also wanted to give you some news. Seema, would you?
Yeah, so we were really impressed with your vision and your business plan. And so we definitely wanted to help with that. And so what we are wanting to award you with is a scholarship to help pay for the legal fees. So what we want to do is set you up with a lawyer to pay like from beginning to end.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. This is answering. I'm so thankful. Yeah. I can't wait to like tell, especially my new church family, because
so what we'll do today, so you'll be getting started with PLC cohort in just a little bit.
Yes.
But you won't have to worry about actually setting up the business, and you kind of already have a business plan. So you might actually be really good for maybe providing some input to others who are just at the beginning. But as far as forming the PLLC, right after we get off of this call, I'll be making that connection to the attorney for you, and then you'll be able to get started.
Oh, thank you so much. You don't know how this means so much to me. It really does.
Yeah, we're very excited. I mean, with the level of experience and the range of experience that you have and the age groups that you work with, we cannot wait to see what you end up doing in private practice. Yeah.
Thank you. And I will, for me, I'm very collaborative in community. So I see that what I'll be doing is not just me. So yeah.